Hey guys, welcome back to another strategy testing video. Today I got an exciting one, and I'm not going to say I think it's going to pan out well. I know it's going to pan out well, and it's very resilient, and I feel like it's a solid strategy. I found it somewhere, and when I show you, if you guys know where it came from, I didn't write it down, so I forgot where I found it. That being said, I did create a custom build for this, and I ran it against real spin data, and the link to that is in the description down below if you want to check that out. It survived all 500 spins on a $2,000 bankroll, and it made over $2,000 in profit. So link will be down in the description below. Let's jump right into it, and I will explain as we go. So just to lay it out, I want to show you the original version first. So it's very simple, very straightforward, and I'm calling it sliding dozens. I'm not sure if that's the original name, but anyways, it makes sense. So original bet, we're using $10 chips. This is how it goes. $10 here. If you lose, what you do is you go up. Let's say you lose that first bet. Clear that out. Then you go up to 20, right? So you go up 1 unit and you slide it to the third dozen. And let's say you lose there. Then you go up 2 units. In this case, it'd be $30 on each of the first 2 dozens if that loses over there. And then you'll just continue that basic progression. I thought that was a little unnecessary for the coverage, so I just dialed that back a little bit, and I'll explain once we get into it. So let's just start the progression, showing you we are starting from scratch. $10 chips. We're starting on first and second dozen. Very easy to follow. But it seemed to have a high resiliency. So this is spin number 1, win number 1. On wins, we're just going to hold the bet. So just repeat and spin again. I'm going to keep track of the highs and lows on this one. And again, you want to check out that other video because it did perform well. So I'm expecting it to perform pretty well on this little demo. I just wanted to show it. That way you guys could get a better understanding of how the progression works. Although this one is pretty simple. It's not as complicated as some that I've shown in the past, but I really like it. I really like dozen bets. Okay, so we lost that one. So all we're going to do is we're going to ladder up 1, and we're going to slide it to that third dozen, right? So we're going to go, we were at a $10 bet. Now we're going to 20. And hopefully it repeats here. And it did. 29 black is a win. And we are up 40 bucks. That's session high right there. So we're going to go back to our base level bet, 10 bucks. We're going to stay right here. Let's ride the winner. We're only switching on losses. All right, we got a loss, so we jump back to the other side. And we're going to ladder up, not by 2, but just 1. We're just going up 1 unit per bet. So it is a total bet of $40. If you're using dollar units, of course, it's only going to be 4 bucks. All right, we got the hit right there, and that should put us in a new session profit. Let's check it out. Up 50 bucks. New session profit. We reset back to our base level bet, and we're on 2 dozens right now, the first and the second. And you can shift them around however you want. Just keeping it very basic so you can follow it and just understand it clearly. All right, so we lost right there. We go up 20 bucks, going up 1 unit, and sliding it over to that third dozen. All right, we got a miss right there. So at $20 bet, now we're going to $30, which is just 3 units on those other 2 dozens. And let's get a win right here. 7 red comes in, and that's a hit. 30 bucks coming back. We're not in session high, so we're going to just simply hold the bet right here, spin again. Our session high was at 50. And we got the win with a 24 black. New session high is at 70. We're going to reset back to our base level bet, 1 and 1. This is spin number 10, and we're up 70 bucks. And there's another hit, so we are printing money. And covering 2 dozens, of course, you should be winning more times than you're not. And I like these strategies. I mean, although I do like long progression strategies, we are in a new session high of 90. Keep the bet here. Although I do like long progression strategies too, I like winning more. I think it has some kind of effect on the psyche. So I do, lately I've been leaning on some like higher coverage strategies and just getting up and getting out. So new session high is at $100. We're going to keep track of that. And back to back to back to back to keep hitting. We're winning right now, so we are going to keep the bets right here. No need to change. We're up 110. And another hit. 16 red came in. All right, so you're going to win a lot with this. The biggest nemesis for this is going to be the zeros, of course, because those aren't covered. And then, of course, that third 12. But the way that this is played, you can see that the real nemesis right there, what's going to hurt it is from it chopping from 2 dozens to that third dozen. The first 2 to that third. And that pattern is very unlikely to happen. Now, I didn't run any deep analysis on this against AI, but I do plan on doing that because I feel like that's a very unusual pattern. So I don't see it going back and forth between the 2 dozens and the single uncovered dozen. All right, so we finally got a loss. Our high was 140. So we are going to go 1-2 on third dozen. And let's see what we get here. All right, back-to-back hits right there. All right, that's a $40 hit. We were at 140. New session high is at 160. So I'm going to go ahead and ride this gravy train. Hopefully it hits again, but I'm going to reset back to the base level bet, which is $10. It'd be nice to get a nice little streak right here on the third dozen. And we did not get it. It's okay. So we're going to go back to the first and second dozen, but now we go up 2 units. And let's get a win right here. Beautiful. $20 coming back to us. New session highs at 170, so we're going to reset back to our base level bet. Back to base and keep it safe. 32 red came in. That's a miss. We're going to bump it up 2 units. Very easy to follow. I like this one. $17 blacks, a miss. So we were at we had 2 units, right? $20 bet. Now we go 30 on those first 2 dozens. And this is spin number 20. And 19 red comes in. 19 red is a win. All right. We are at 160. Our high was 170. Let's hold the bet here. Let's try to grab another win and we could reset back to our base level bet. And we got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Working out how I expected it to work out. New session highs at 190. So let's go back to 10 and 10. And I even thought about doing like a ladder with this, going up, 2 units just to increase, because you have such large coverage. I think it might probably make profit a little bit quicker if we go up 2 units, and on any losses you just drop back down 1. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have a better way of playing this, of course, feedback is always welcome. We were at $10 bet, so we're going 20 here. Let's see if we could grab a hit. If we get a hit right here, we could reset. And we did not. That's okay. We got a 4 black. And we're going to go 30 here. So I'm pretty sure this is the highest we've been in the progression. So you can see it doesn't go too high too quick. Unless, of course, you're playing with $10 units. If you don't have that bankroll, this one's designed for a $2,000 bankroll. Okay, up 190. We're back at session high. Let's hold the bet here and try to grab one more win, and that'll boost us into a new session profit. And we got it. 24 black comes in, back to base, and keep it safe. So far, so good. We're up $220. Rebet, spin again. All right, got a loss right there. We were up 230, right? Yeah, 230 was the high. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep track. 230 was the high. Going up here, 2 units. And yeah, when I ran the test, like I said, if you want to check it out, it's in the description down below. When I ran the test, after 190 spins, it was up $1,250. So we got a loss right there, right? Yeah. So let's peel that off. And now we go 3 units here, 3 units here, and spin again. Keeping in mind, our session high was 230. 12 red comes in. 12 red's a hit. And we are not at session profit, so we're going to hold our bet here, try to grab one more win, which is likely to happen. Again, 24 numbers covered, 14, because this is 00. Numbers would hurt you, but in this case, we got the back-to-back hit. New session profits at $250. Back to base we go. And this has been a smooth 250. All right, another hit. Repeat, spin again. This is spin number 30. Okay, we got a loss right there. We're going 20 up on the third. Let's spin again. And it's chopping again. All right, so now we go 30. Very easy to follow. All right, $30 coming back to us, and that put us at 250. Let's hold the bet, try to grab one more win. Come on, winning number. Oh, I saw that 0 coming. I played this app so many times already, I seen that coming. All right, so this is the furthest we've been in the progression so far. So we're just going to simply go up 1 unit. All right, we're going to keep our bet here. It's still a registered loss, so we're just going to increase 1 unit. All right, we got a high number, 36 came out, so now we're going to bump it up to, we were at 40, we're going 50 right here. Another loss, so we go 60, going up 1 unit. From that 50, we go up to 60, 2 dozens. Come on, we need a handful of wins to get back to our session high because we dropped down to $60 in profit. We were up $260. All right, we win there, repeat, and spin again. And this is the nemesis, what I talked about earlier, that chop. So $60 bet, we're going to a $70 bet. And let's see if we could get back-to-back hits on that 3rd dozen. Would be nice. It would get us back into session profit, I believe. And we got one of them. Let's see. One of them pays out 140, right? 140. We were up 260. Let's repeat, and let's try to get another win here. If not, we're going to have to go back to the 2 dozen coverage on 1st and 2nd. And we got it. 27 red, 140 coming back. New session highs at $280. All right. And this is what I talk about too. Hot, it tends to follow in streaks, right? Especially with the dozens. So we're going back to our base level bet. We're going to try to continue to ride that wave, but there's no need to keep that bet that high. So we're going back to our base level bet at $10 and we spin again. All right, 280. So that was like the longest rough patch we encountered. You can see these hot numbers, it's streaking now on the 3rd 12. That's a nice $20 return. We're back. We're not back up. We're at $300 in profit. Hold the bet here. Spin again. This is spin number 40. Just about wrapping up the test here. And we got another hit. 32 red. All right. 320. Repeat. Spin again. Oh, this is the best case scenario. What did we hit it? 29, 26, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 in a row. Repeat, spin again. Not only did it help us recover, but now it's just printing more profit, higher return, 340. 340 is new session high. We lost that one, so we bump it up 2 units on the other 2 dozens. And we got a hit. 17 black comes in, and that put us at 350. That's new session profit. So we're going to keep our bet. No, we're going to back it up 1 unit each. 350 bucks. And we got another hit. That's 360. We got one more spin. All right, we lost on our last spin. No worries, no big deal. Again, I just wanted to showcase this and show its resiliency. You can see it did go on a long losing streak. I think this is a little bit more resilient than original version. Reason being, the original went up a little aggressive. So during that long losing streak we encountered, going up 2 would have really like dug a deep hole. So we didn't drop in profit too much into our bankroll. Again, this is calling out for a $2,000 bankroll. But you can see after 45 spins, we made a total of, we ended at 340 bucks because we lost that last one, but we did peak out at $360. If you want to readjust this, I think at a $5 unit size, you could probably safely use like 500 bucks as the bankroll size. Anything more than that, it's like, man, and like I said, check out the description. The link is in the description below. Check it out because that survived 500 spins. That's why I'm so excited about sharing this with you guys, because it works, right? And again, that's not fake numbers. I put real casino spin data in there, right? These are coming from actual casinos, real tables, real ball, real dealer spinning that little white ball around. Okay, so again, I do that because I want to simulate as real world as I can get. Okay, I really, because this app, I'm sure a lot of you guys play with it. It does some, some quirky things sometimes. A lot of things can happen with Roulette. I understand that, but it just seems like this app goes and does some crazy things sometimes. But anyways, long-winded again. Great recovery on this. And again, just laddering up 1 on losses and then just following. You could pick your dozens if you want to continue to switch it around. Maybe you want to start on the high numbers. You favor those, switch it up. If you have a better way, a better progression for this, let me know. I'm willing to try it. This one is, I think, definitely worth the time to invest in. But yeah, so like always, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And of course, till next time, be cool, stay cool, peace.